Welcome back to another video, my brothers. Today's video is addressed to any one of you who may be going through a tough time right now. You don't feel like yourself. You feel down and deflated. You oversleep. You don't want to see any of your friends, any of your family members. Maybe you stop eating, or you overeat because you're extremely anxious and that's a coping mechanism for you. I've got a few tips which can hopefully steer you in the right direction. I am by no means downplaying how you feel right now, because I know that some people go through extremely traumatic experiences. So I don't want to just sit here and say, hey, forget about it. You know, your family died in a car accident. Forget about it. No. Look, if you've gone through something extremely traumatizing, you are well entitled to grieve. You are a human being. You're not a fucking robot. Grieve. Take as much time as you need to process what the fuck happened, because real shit happens, man. You know, and I don't like seeing videos where some people just downplay the trauma that a lot of people go through. I am by no means doing that in this video. I'm just offering a helping hand, and hopefully my words can act as a source of comfort and encouragement. So the first tip I would give you, man, is look, if you're going through a tough time right now, don't neglect your health, whatever you do. Now, listen, if you're not feeling like yourself, the normal thing to do is to retreat, hide in your room and not go out and exercise and not do any of that stuff. That's your automatic response. It's just to hide away. But doing so will make you feel even worse. Oversleeping, not moving your body. Look, if that happens over a day or two, it ain't going to cause much damage. But if you stop exercising for weeks and months, and not just stop exercising, but if you start engaging in bad eating habits, you overeat, for example, you know, you're ordering takeaway several times a day and you're drinking so much soda, right? Fizzy drinks. You're going to feel like shit. It's not going to help you in any way. So as much as, you know, you're not feeling great right now, I don't want you to feel worse by engaging in bad habits. Not eating is also bad for you. You're going to lose a lot of muscle. You're going to feel dizzy. You're going to feel dehydrated if you're not drinking enough water. So don't let your body down by neglecting it. Okay? Take care of your health, man. It's very important. And like I said, I'm not downplaying how you're feeling right now, because I know that people go through all kinds of different circumstances. But neglecting your health will only make you feel worse. The second point is, don't isolate yourself. If something is really weighing you down, reach out to somebody, man. Call up your brother, your cousin, your uncle, your father, your sister perhaps. Speak to somebody. Now look, this is a video that's, it's hard to be specific with the nature of the problem that you may be going through, because people go through all kinds of different problems. Some of you are down and deflated because a girl broke up with you. Some of you are down and extremely upset because you lost a family member recently. So it's hard to sort of apply the same advice to everybody, because, you know, a girl breaking up with you is not the same as losing a mother, for example. Right? So look, if you've been broken up with by a girl, you know, you shouldn't neglect yourself. You shouldn't let yourself get worse. Speak to somebody about it. Listen, man, it doesn't make you a bitch. It doesn't make you beta. You know, I remember when I went through a breakup, man, I was speaking to a good friend of mine and just, you know, venting a little bit. Now, I'm not the kind of person that will vent to somebody for months and months. You know, at a certain point, you have to grow up, especially if a girl broke up with you. You can't be talking about the problem a year from now, or a year later, sorry, right? Process your hurt, speak to somebody, let it out, Okay, because you'll feel better. A lot of times we just want to feel hurt. That's what it is, especially guys, because, you know, women have a support system around them and, you know, the sisterhood, and, you know, they're usually encouraged to speak out, but guys are not. You know, you're sort of told to get on with it, you know, which I don't believe in fully. I mean, like I said, if you're still talking about it a year later, 2 years later, that's a problem, because it shows that you haven't come to terms with what's happened. You're in denial. However, if it happens, you know, and it's fresh and it's recent, speak about it, man. Speak to somebody. Especially, you know, somebody that you look up to and respect, who perhaps has been through several relationships in the past. I mean, this person can advise you, man. Hey, man, don't let it get to you, bro. Let's go out. Let's go grab some food, right? And I encourage you, you know, meet up with these people in person, ideally. Whether it's a friend, a brother, you know, go out for a drive somewhere. Go grab some takeaway, you know. When I say takeaway, I'm not saying do that every day, by the way. Go back to my first point. But, you know, if you're not feeling like yourself, go grab a milkshake, or, you know, grab some food and just talk about it, man. Okay? It doesn't make you a punk. It doesn't make you a bitch. Don't feed into that bullshit, man. You're speaking to a fellow brother about how you feel. Okay? And in some cases, speaking to somebody who is a qualified therapist is a good idea, especially for those of you that have gone through extremely traumatic circumstances. Speaking to a professional is a good idea to get to the root cause of the problem, okay? The next tip I have for you is remember that tough times will come and go. Life is brutal. It is. You're going to be dealt with bad cards. And we're all going to be dealt with bad cards. That's the thing. There's a saying, life is fair because it's unfair to everybody. We're all going to die. All of us. You know? We're all going to lose a relative at some point. Some of us are going to get diagnosed with serious illnesses. Or we're going to know people that have been diagnosed with serious illnesses. I mean, life is brutal. But just remember that tough times never last. Okay? A prosperous day lies ahead. There are going to be some incredible days that you're going to experience. Beautiful memories. So I don't want you to feel like this circumstance that you're going through right now is a forever thing, because it's not. So much laughter is on the way. So many great experiences, things to see, foods to eat. So I don't want you to, you know, look at the future in fear. Oh my God, you know, I'll never recover from this. And because you will. Time will heal, as they say. Right? And I know right now you're probably thinking, oh, for fuck's sake, I've heard that before, but believe me, time will heal. It doesn't mean you'll forget about the pain. Okay? Because if you've lost somebody that you really care about, you can never not care about them anymore. But it will ease the pain. Okay? The next point I have for you here is don't diagnose yourself with depression. A lot of men, and it's almost insulting to people that have gone through extremely traumatic circumstances, right? A lot of young guys today just throw around the depression word when they're not actually depressed. They just don't have a goal. They don't have something to work for every single day, or to work towards, shall I say. So they feel uninspired. That's what it is. But the word depression now is thrown about casually. Oh, I'm depressed, I'm depressed, I'm depressed. It's almost cool now to be depressed. It's almost like a catchy little personality trait. Oh, I'm depressed. Are you depressed? Great, let's high-five each other. Okay? Like I said, it's an insult to people that have gone through extremely traumatic circumstances. Don't throw around the depression word casually. You're not depressed, you just are uninspired, you don't have a goal. And the reality is, you have probably promised yourself that you would do things that you haven't done. Maybe you promised you'd start a business of your own, but you haven't a year later, 2 years later. Okay? It comes from the lack of execution. You said you would do this, you didn't do it. Your life hasn't changed for the better. So that's why you feel down, because you've let yourself down. That's what it is. Okay? The next point I have for you is stop comparing your life with somebody else's. comparison, as they say, is the thief of joy. Run your own race. Stay in your lane. Looking at what somebody else has, who may be 10 years older than you, who may have had more favorable circumstances than you, that's not going to help you out. That's going to make you feel worse. Now, I believe in seeking inspiration from people that have done incredibly well, but comparing how your life is going and feeling sad because your life isn't the same as this person's is not a good idea. Okay? Concern yourself with your own life, with your own circumstances. Applaud others for what they have accomplished. Wish them well. But if you're constantly analyzing where you are compared to one of your mates or somebody on Instagram, you're not going to be happy. Okay? Run your own race. The only person I compete with is myself. I compete with the version I was yesterday. Every single day I seek to improve. I don't look at what somebody else has. I used to, but that brought me misery. I wasn't happy, man. And as a result, I wasn't doing anything because I felt down and deflated. When I started focusing on my own life and my own journey, things started to improve for the better for me. Okay, so stay in your lane. And last but not least, man, set a goal for yourself. And look, I don't want to turn this into like a motivational speech. But as I said earlier, a lot of guys misdiagnose themselves with depression. They're not actually depressed. They just don't have a goal. That's why they oversleep. That's why they spend so many hours every single day on the hub. Because they don't have a goal, something to look forward to working on every single day. So I would encourage you to go outside. Okay? Go and meet people that are successful in varying industries. Dip your toes in different sectors. Figure out what you like, what you don't like. And move quickly. The quicker you move, the quicker you're going to figure out what you like and what you don't like. You know, just laying on the couch isn't going to do anything. Your purpose isn't going to come to you and knock on the door and be like, hey, you should pursue this. No, you have to go outside, engage in a lot of action, and then you'll discover your purpose. You'll bump into it almost. Oh shit, you know what? I could see myself doing Forex. I could see myself doing this, real estate, whatever. When you have a goal, something to work towards every single day, your life now has meaning. You know, the sad reality is a lot of men, you know, end up taking their own lives because they feel like they don't have anything to live for. Right? Which is sad, extremely unfortunate. Now, I'm not saying that the only thing they were missing is a job, you know, but it definitely helps you feel like you have a reason to wake up every single day. You know what? I want to make this happen so that I can take care of myself and my family. All right? It gives you something to aim for. So look, man, hopefully these tips have provided you with some value. If any of you have anything else to share down below, please do share it. Don't forget to like and subscribe down below, and I'll catch you guys soon. Peace.